Slave DiBiase.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on whenever you digest this content. I want to thank everybody for pulling up. This is another live episode of the Offenders Initiative podcast. All my true offenders, thank y'all for pulling up. All my stoneheads, thank y'all for pulling up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to let me know that y'all love everything that I do. This is another good session, man. You could have been anywhere in the world for your 420, but you're here with your boy, and I appreciate that. And we not even gonna waste no time because we got to get some education on. Y'all take a look at this. Yes, this is today's strain, y'all. Today's strain of the day is kamikaze candy. Yeah, that's what we on. That's what we on. Kamikaze candy, y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bust this nug so y'all can take a look on the inside. You know what I mean? Oh, it's beautiful. Filthy America is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, we about to get all into this. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. Roll up your junk, stuff your bowl, pack your bowl, whatever you want to call it. Roll up a blunt. Come fuck with the kid, man. We about to have some good fun, man. Everybody in the comments, tell me what you're smoking on today. And again, today's strain of the day. If you just pulled up, today's strain of the day is kamikaze candy. Look at the inside of that nug, man. Yeah. Y'all see it. All right, let's get a little education on about kamikaze candy. So you can know exactly what we're talking about today. All right, this by way of Weed Maps. It says kamikaze candy is a unique hybrid strain that combines the best of both worlds, blending the energizing and creative effects of kamikaze, which is White Widow and Jack Harrier, two fire, you know what I'm saying, strains right there, with the soothing, body-melting potency of white candy, which is Afghan, Nepalese, stupid ass, and Hawaiian. This is sativa dominant. I normally don't rock with sativas or whatever. When I want to, you know what I'm saying, roll up, I want some indica. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this offers well-balanced experience, making a suitable choice for both new and experienced cannabis consumers. The users of this often describe a high that starts with an uplifting burst of euphoria and creativity, perfect for enhancing productivity and mood. Let's see. It's excellent for managing conditions like depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue, chronic pain, and mood swings. Flavor-wise, kamikaze candy delights the palate with a complex blend of earthy herbs, tropical citrus, and a sweet and sour candy finish complemented by a hint of pine. The dominant terpene, pinene, so you already know what that is. It's piney, uplifting qualities, enhancing alertness and mental clarity with its frosty white buds, sticky texture, and vibrant green nugs accented by light amber hairs. Kamikaze is as visually appealing as it is potent, offering a full body experience. I don't want to talk about it no more. I want to roll some up. How y'all feeling out there? I want to roll some up, and that's exactly what we about to do. I'm gonna roll it up in this guava camel leaf. Yeah, guava camel leaf, y'all. This is what I rock with. I like camel leaves. Banger, you know what I'm saying? Again, y'all tell me in the comments what y'all smoking on, man. That's what we are putting in the air today. And where I got it from, this is brought to you by that nigga up the street. All right. So y'all see what the caption is, man. Mortal Kombat 2 trailer just dropped. Sadie Sink has all but been confirmed as Jean Grey in the MCU, y'all. She's all but been confirmed. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Tonight, that might actually change the MCU. I'm not even exaggerating. We got the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, Scary Movie 6 trailer leaking like somebody hit the wrong email. And now Sadie Sink is basically one step away from being confirmed as Jean Grey. If this is real, Marvel just dropped a mutant bomb on the timeline, and we gotta talk about it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you chose to tell me this, the mathematician, but you know what I'm saying? We gonna go ahead and yeah, get you on up out of here. I don't care nothing about you being kidnapped or nothing like that. That's not even the type of vibes we got on this channel. Not gonna lie to you. It's not even the type of vibes we got on this channel. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. I say we look at the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer and then give it a little breakdown. You know what I'm saying? React to a little breakdown. You know, all I do is react, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I do is react. So don't forget again to like, comment, and subscribe. Roll up something. And again, man, somebody give me some good vibes. Tell me in the chat what you're smoking on, man. You know what I'm saying? How was your week? How's your Friday going? You feel me? How's your Friday going? But let's see if we can get tapped into this. This is by way of Kino Check, the Mortal Kombat 2 official trailer. Let's check it out.
You want to know what makes a hero? It's not destiny. It's not something you're born with. It's searching for greatness.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat.
Then realizing you've had it in you this entire time.
Whoa! I really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
Don't worry. You won't.
No! Send me back. I want to go back.
The rules of the tournament are simple. Our fates would not be settled by the size of our armies. They would be decided by combat.
I'm not some great warrior. I'm not some champion.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
Finish him! Me.
Earth belongs to me.
We do not kneel!
Our only chance is to face this together.
Let's go, baby.
You, Johnny Cage, are a part of this now. It's showtime.
Get over here!
Johnny will definitely die.
Okay. Everybody, how we feeling about that? I don't know about y'all, but that shit looks fire to me. I lie to you not. It looks fire to me. I'm sorry. So before we get this little breakdown going on of the trailer, should I show it again? Because I ain't all the way sparked up yet. I know it's 4:31, but normally you smoke at 4:20. But sometimes I'm rolling up at 4:20, maybe. Shall I show it again? Shall we show the trailer again? I think the folks that just pulled up, I'm gonna show y'all one more time. We're gonna go one more time, y'all.
You want to know what makes a hero? It's not destiny. It's not something you're born with. It's searching for greatness.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat.
then realizing you've had it in you this entire time.
Whoa! I really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
Don't worry. You won't.
Yo! Send me back. I want to go back.
The rules of the tournament are simple. Our fates would not be settled by the
Here you
size
go.
of our armies. It would be decided by combat.
I'm not some great warrior. I'm not some champion.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
Finish him!
Me.
Earth belongs to me.
We do not kneel!
Our only chance is to face this together.
Let's go, baby.
You, Johnny Cage, are a part of this now.
It's showtime.
Get over here!
Johnny will definitely die.
How we feeling, man? This looks kind of tough. It looks way better just from the trailer. It looks way better than the first one. Let's not even cap off top. It looks way better than the first one. The first one was to get folks in there, and they added the little arcane and all of that. I'm gonna tell you where I'm having a problem at, though, right? Before we get into the little breakdown, I'm gonna tell you where I'm having a problem at. I'm having a problem at casting Carl Urban as Johnny Cage as if Scott Adkins does not exist. Slave, who's Scott Adkins? Scott Adkins is my man Boyka. Y'all remember Boyka from Undisputed? Yeah, him. You know, matter of fact, let's see if I can just pull the dog up real quick. Yeah, man, hold on. I just don't understand how we could have Carl Urban cast as Johnny Cage. Carl Urban, somebody who has zero martial arts motherfucking background. He's doing all this CGI backflipping and all of that. He has zero martial arts background. But people like Scott Adkins, they exist, and you won't use them. Now, I told my daughter this is who I would have picked to be Johnny Cage, and she says she doesn't see it in his face. So hold on for a second. Just get this right for y'all. Y'all know him, man. Hold on, images. Let's go to the. Y'all remember Boyka, man? Yeah. Then he was the fat nigga who fought John Wick and was slick, kind of whooping his ass a little bit. Y'all know he can do what needs to be done in the ring on camera. You blind him up, you throw some shades on him, he's Johnny Cage, and he has an actual martial arts background. This is the same problem that I'm having with Marvel by picking Mahershala Ali as Blade when Michael Jai White is right there. Like, it just, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, man. Okay, so let's have a little breakdown of this trailer because there was a lot going on in that trailer that we need to talk about. First of all, I had a couple of questions. Y'all tell me in the comments which characters do y'all think should be in Mortal Kombat 2, the Mortal Kombat 2 movie? Which characters do y'all think should be in it? You know? Should they go darker and more violent? It's looking like on that trailer like they are going darker and violent. Should they get darker and violent? And is it possible that Mortal Kombat 2 could end up being the greatest video game movie ever? I don't know. Do we count Ready Player One as a video game movie, man? It's kind of fire to me. That's kind of one of those. But yeah, let's have a little breakdown of the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, because we don't, you know what I'm saying? We want to know what happened in there. There was a whole lot going on that we didn't see. You know what I'm saying? Get my folk them. They know exactly what's going on. So let's go with Lure Lockdown. This is by Lure Lockdown, y'all. Hold on. They have 30 hidden details from the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer to prove this movie will be epic. I don't know, but I'm gonna roll up here, light up, and we're gonna check it out right quick. We're definitely gonna check it out. Y'all ain't got nowhere to go. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. Well, I hope you do. I'm just playing. You know what I'm saying? You just got off for work. You just rolled up. You getting home for the evening. You ain't got shit to do. Fuck with your boy. This is by way of Lure Lockdown, y'all. Let's check it out. 30 hidden details in the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer.
When it comes to video game adaptations in cinema, I always have mixed feelings of excitement and skepticism. I think you know what the apprehensive state of mind is all about, because while we've had some iconic classics in this genre, there have also been some morbid failures as well that ruined both the game and the movie for the fans. Well, when it comes to Mortal Kombat, I'm usually on the more positive side, because the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie is probably one of the best live-action video game adaptations ever created. Yeah, the sequels didn't necessarily...
Is that first Mortal Kombat movie a classic? Would y'all consider that a classic? The original Mortal Kombat, where Christopher Lambert from Highlander is playing as Raiden. A whole white dude playing as Raiden, even though Raiden is very much Asian. He's a whole Asian like god. So did we like that original one from 1996? Was that 96 when that came out? The Mortal Kombat movie from the 90s that started it off. Yeah, matter of fact, that is a classic. Why was I even questioning that? Because they taking Buddy that played as Shang Tsung, and I think he died too. They make him like the standard as what Shang Tsung looks like in the Mortal Kombat universe. So yeah, definitely.
live up to the expectations, but I still think that the 2021 reboot was a decent effort. It had its share of flaws, but it won me over with amazing special effects and high production values. It's been 5 years since then, and finally we have the official trailer to the sequel that is all set for a May 2026 release. I'm quite impressed by the look of the trailer, and this movie, directed by Simon McQuoid, seems to be headed in the right direction. I love how much of the original cast has returned, but the real showstopper has to be Carl Urban's Johnny Cage. He seems like the primary protagonist of the movie, and I could not be happier with this cast. There's a lot to take away from the eventful and action-packed trailer in this video.
Hold on. You can hate all you want, but this is what Raiden is supposed to look like. Not some long, white-haired white man. And just because he was Highlander, he gets to be Raiden. Nah, motherfucker. And then they did it again in that horrible sequel to the first movie, man. This is what Raiden's supposed to look like, y'all. That ain't no cosplay. That's the real Thunder God.
In this video, and I'll break it down for you so that you know exactly what to expect when you head to the theaters in May. First things first, the most exciting thing about the trailer for me has to be the casting choices. It's always good for the viewers when the original actors reprise their roles for the sequel. And here, you'll find a lot of important characters coming back. You'll see Jessica McNamee's Sonya Blade in action, Makad Brooks' Jax, Sonata's Scorpion, and Ludi Lin's Liu Kang.
We talk about how Sonata been around for the longest, and he's still getting these young man roles and like really doing his thing. Like Sonata old as shit, and every time they go get some sort of samurai movie, assassin movie, they always go get him. They always go get motherfucking what was he playing as on Rush Hour 3? He was Kenji. He was Jet Li, not Jet Li, goddamn. Jackie Chan's brother in the movie. He was a bad guy then with a sword. He was in The Wolverine with Hugh Jackman. He was a bad guy with a sword. Hell, Avengers Endgame. When Ronan came and killed him, he was a bad guy with a sword. So yeah, they've been putting this man in this role forever. But I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Reprising their roles. Of course, there are plenty of new additions as well, and I'm looking forward to the performances of Damon Herriman as Quan Chi, CJ Bloomfield as Baraka, and Martin Ford as Shao Kahn. And
CJ Bloomfield as Baraka, how they got him looking right there, that shit is fire. Martin Ford as Shao Kahn, he definitely looks 10 times better than the dude that played Shao Kahn in the that horrible sequel. I think that whole sequel was just trash, bro. Just from top to bottom. Mortal Kombat Annihilation should be forgotten about. It should never exist. Don't ever do that to us again, Hollywood. That's in the same, that Mortal Kombat Annihilation is in the same box as that live action Dragon Ball Z movie they made with the white boy. I don't like it.
yes, I think we can all agree that the choice of casting Carl Urban as Johnny Cage is as perfect as it gets. Every Mortal Kombat fan has a soft spot for this unique character who happens to be a washed-up action star who gets dragged into the tournament between Earthrealm and Outworld. And it's nice to see our very own Billy Butcher back in action in a very different avatar. For me, Johnny Cage is all the more important because he serves as a...
You see how he don't look right doing those moves? We could get Scott Adkins, somebody who really know what they fucking doing.
For me, Johnny Cage is all the more important because he serves as a comic relief in an otherwise serious narrative. And Carl Urban has perfected that from the looks of it in the trailer. He has a quirky side that masks his actual abilities, and I can assure you of several hilarious moments featuring him in the film. You can already tell that the creators have been keen on using him as a major face of the project because Warner's actually went through the trouble of commissioning a short film that serves as a faux teaser trailer for Johnny Cage's magnum opus, Uncaged Fury. Maybe it's for the...
Nah, they didn't. I love Carl Urban as Billy Butcher, bro, but I don't know if this was a good cast. And again, the movie comes out in May. I don't know because it was supposed to have came out in October of last year. The movie comes out in May. I'm just saying maybe he wasn't the right choice as Johnny Cage, but I could be wrong.
Best that Louis Tan's Cole Young is supplanted by Cage as the main man because Cole wasn't exactly a high point of the 2021 film.
And then for him not to be a high point of the 2021 film, y'all could have at least like put the motherfucker in one of the video games, you know what I'm saying? Made him like DLC for Mortal Kombat 1 that just came out, right? The last Mortal Kombat that came out. They didn't even put him in that. You want to know why? Because he's trash. That's why. Cole Young. I couldn't believe they made this person for a fucking... They made his character up for a movie. Normally when Hollywood make up characters, if they're good, they become a part of the actual lore. Oh, no, not Cole Young. You want to know why? Because he's Buns. Not Cole Young, because he's Buns.
The 2021 film. However, reports do suggest that he will still feature in the movie, even though he's not appeared in the trailer. One of the main reasons...
I don't want him to come back. Bitch, stay where you are. In the depths of developmental hell where you should be. Who came up with this Cole Young character? Like, were they about to... Yo, are y'all about to like start some sort of franchise and this was supposed to be like a new character that y'all were building up that y'all were hoping is actually going to become part of the lore? Because if so, brothers and sisters, I hate that. This is a trash ass character. Johnny Cage should have been either he shouldn't have been a part of this shit or Johnny Cage should have been in the first one straight from off rip.
Who suggests that he will still feature in the movie, even though he's not appeared in the trailer. One of the main reasons that most people have loved the trailer of Mortal Kombat 2 is because of the quirky one-liners and the snarky comments of Johnny Cage.
It's showtime.
And the sense of humor is something that's an essential for a successful Mortal Kombat adaptation. The trick is to strike the right balance between the extensive Mortal Kombat lore and engaging storytelling. And so far, I can tell you that the upcoming project is headed in the footsteps of the 1995 film, which is clearly a great sign. Another major takeaway for the fans from this new trailer is that they'll finally get to witness the actual tournament.
So that was Kung Lao that we seen come back as a revenant. Let me take another look.
Which is clearly a great sign. Another major takeaway for the fans from this new trailer is that they'll finally get to witness the
Yeah, he look a little dead to me. Yeah, that's a revenant.
The actual tournament. I don't know about you, but for me, this was one of the most disappointing things about the 2021 film. Shouldn't Mortal Kombat be focused on the tournament that decides the fate of Earthrealm? Well, the predecessor went too deep into the lore. The sequel is trying to accomplish everything that the first one failed at. This is why you have a pretty menacing Shao Kahn as the big bad. And if all goes well, Mortal Kombat 2 is going to be one hell of a crowd pleaser. There's another...
If this goes the right way, we're already walking into Mortal Kombat 3. They still have to let, because of the video games already being laid out, the blueprint for this, even if they tweak it in their own way, the blueprint has already been set. So eventually we're going to see Outworld invade Earthrealm, and it's going to get crazy from there. So the Mortal Kombat universe is kind of going to have their own little Avengers Endgame type of movie at the end too. I see that happening, especially if they go the time travel route like the video games went.
Little thing that caught my eye in the trailer that I cannot keep calm about. I'm talking about Quan Chi's Blink and You'll Miss It cameo. And many of the fans have pointed out that this iconic character from Mortal Kombat is visible for a split second in a darkened shot. If you're particular about the timestamp, watch out at the 1 minute 26 second moment of the trailer.
Quan Chi being a part of Mortal Kombat 2 is going to fill in a lot of the holes between this and Mortal Kombat 3 that we didn't know as kids. So this is for all my folks that came up on the actual Mortal Kombat video games and was following along with the lore. Him being a part of this movie is going to fill in a lot of the holes from Mortal Kombat 2 to Mortal Kombat 3. And honestly, Mortal Kombat 4 too. He was always okay. So this just shows you how Quan Chi was always in the shadows since Mortal Kombat 2, pushing little things around. You know what I'm saying? Playing puppeteer and having influence here and there. Okay.
Right when Kano sits up missing an eye, you'll see Quan Chi lurking behind him in a black hood, and his white face and eye markings are briefly visible as well. This character, played by Damon Harriman, might be a major selling point of the movie. And
hold on, buddy. Okay. Yeah, I used to work at a movie theater, man. Him and Kevin Bacon pulled up there one day. Damn, so was that Mortal Kombat they were shooting out here? Nah, I can't be that. If Kevin Bacon's not in Mortal Kombat, then they wasn't shooting that movie here. But yeah, him and Kevin Bacon pulled up one day to watch a movie, man. It was kind of dope.
Wonder why they're trying to conceal his full look so hard. There's also this subtle moment in the trailer where Quan Chi appears to be resurrecting someone in another background shot. And one of the fans pointed out that this could well be Noob Saibot that he's raising. You might also take heart from the fact that Noob Saibot is officially in the movie. And
that's fire. That's our first look at Noob Saibot. That's crazy. So are we going to get another Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 2, in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie?
This has been confirmed both by the trailer and the fan community. Do you remember Joe Taslim, who played Bi-Han or Sub-Zero in the first film? Well, he's the one back as Noob Saibot, and his resurrected form promises to give hell to the fighters. More than the trailer, you need to go back to the teaser that was released earlier, because this teaser had shown Scorpion performing a fatality on Noob by slicing him down the middle. They appear to be fighting in the Netherrealm, and with the right production values and effects, I can only imagine how grand the creators can turn this on the big screen. Many of the fans and trusted sources have confirmed that Sub-Zero is in fact a Noob Saibot here, and I'm confident that such a twist holds a lot of importance for the film. There's a scene in the trailer where you hear the dialogue,
"The rules of the tournament are simple. Our fates would not be settled by the size of our armies.
It would be decided by combat." I cannot tell you enough about the significance of this line because it resonates with everything that Mortal Kombat stands for. This is the heart of the franchise's cosmology, and I really like how this moment consolidates the importance of the tournament in the film. The fight is about to get nasty, and we have plenty of hints about that from the trailer. But the significance of playing by the rules while also fighting those who always try to find loopholes is what will hold the movie together. There have been very strong rumors about this one, and rumors are not always completely wrong. Yes, I'm talking about the role of Cole Young in the film. I've already told you about how he's been absent from the trailer, and reports indicate that he's been pushed to a minor background role in the actual movie. There have been multiple sources that have hinted at the possibility that the character will die very early in the movie, maybe even in the opening sequence itself. But on this note, I must tell you about another interesting theory that has reached me: the speculations around him being turned into Kenshi. I know this might be thinking a bit too out the box at the moment, but when it comes to Mortal Kombat, I rule out absolutely nothing. Speaking of ruling nothing out from this much-awaited sequel, how excited are you to see King Jared in action? From the
Fire. That's the first live action version of King Jared. He was the ruler of Edenia before Shao Kahn came and took over. So this nigga Shao Kahn kicked in the door, waved in the fofo, and goddamn told him, lay it down, whole nigga lay it down. Kills him, takes his wife, and raises his daughter as his own. That boy Shao Kahn had no cut card.
How excited are you to see King Jared in action? From the looks of it, you'll see this underrated character in the movie, and there have been some confirmations about Desmond Kime playing the role. There's a scene that shows Shao Kahn stabbing someone, and everyone was quick to assume that this is Cole Young dying. But some of the seasoned fans have pointed out that this was Jared from the flashback of the time when Shao Kahn took over Edenia. If this turns out to be true, then it would be a significant homage to the history and lore of the franchise, and the fall of Edenia playing out in the movie will mean that we get a lot of insights into the origin of Kitana and Sindel's tragic story. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope this actually plays out and they make it relevant enough. Is it Raiden trapped inside Shinnok's amulet in the trailer? Now, I'm not too sure about this one because it's so hard to tell from pausing the seconds and zooming in, but there are many others who have claimed the same. Shang Tsung appears to be trapping Raiden inside Shinnok's amulet, and if this indeed becomes part of the story, then it will definitely be in line with the Mortal Kombat game mythology.
We're on our way to seeing Dark Raiden, possibly. If they play these movies all the way out, again, the movies already have a roadmap because of how the video games go. And honestly, whoever originally wrote for the video games, they are fire, and whoever picked up afterwards and turned this all into a whole storyline, I literally will play the last 3 Mortal Kombat games just to like go through the storyline and watch it like a movie. Shit fire for real.
Where the amulet is used to trap and control powerful souls. Let's not forget that Quan Chi is the keeper of the amulet in the games, and this will mean a greater role for the seasoned veteran in the movie. Not everything can be perfect about the trailer, and yeah, I've seen something that I didn't really appreciate. Did you notice Kitana's mask in the trailer? It might look cool for the kids, but the CGI generated tricks don't impress me, even if that means she has a nanotech mask. The way it covers her face when she wants it to reminds me of Iron Man, and I don't want the additional effort here. In fact, this is
fuck all that. I like that shit did the little Iron Man thing. I think that's fire.
Turned out to be one of the more criticized moments in the trailer, and the fans have spoken out about how they would prefer a real cloth or a fabric mask over this CGI gimmick. I do understand, however, that the creators feel the need to be visually perfect, and this is an attempt to evoke awe from the young audience. Now, let me quickly take you through some of the other major characters and their subtle appearance in the trailer, along with the implications for the movie. We've seen a quick shot of Johnny Cage flirting with Sonya Blade, and this is quite significant because in the video game lore, their romance is quite an important plot. Adeline Rudolph as Kitana has already taken my breath away with her badass presence and fast moves, and even though I'm not a fan of her CGI mask, I can bet that her on-screen presence will enhance the movie experience. Also, the role of Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion will be one interesting puzzle point because he'll play the role in a different capacity. Ed Boon has said he's not part of the Super Friends trying to defeat Shao Kahn, but his appearance is key and it's very essential for certain parts. I can't wait to know what that's all about. He has vengeance on his mind, and you can expect some memorable fight sequences. I'm also quite interested to see Mehcad Brooks as Jax.
Salute to Mehcad Brooks back as Jax, man. You know what I'm saying? Get you a franchise, my brother. Marvel or DC ain't calling. Well, DC not calling you back again. They not rehiring. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, Marvel not calling you. HBO not calling you. Better go over there with that Mortal Kombat franchise. And I have a feeling that this movie is going to be 10 times better than the first one. It just has to be.
In the movie, and the trailer has served up some intense moments featuring him as he takes full advantage of his cybernetic arms. Of course, Raiden is heroic and gallant as ever, and his presence in the trailer is easily one of the coolest moments. I still cannot get over how many important characters have been introduced into the trailer, teaser, and earlier posters, now that we're so close to the release date. One of the characters that you expect to have a decisive role in...
I honestly feel like the Mortal Kombat creators, Midway and all of that, kind of a missed opportunity for not doing the Mortal Kombat movie skins and putting them in the game. Somebody that would have been crazy DLC right there.
In the movie is Sindel, who is all set to appear in the movie. From whatever has been revealed so far, I would say that the creators have done a wonderful job in replicating her classic game look. She has the familiar gray hair, a vibrant purple costuming, but what I've noticed about her expression on the poster is not exactly normal. I'm not alone in this because many other fans have pointed out that she seems to be under the influence of someone here. If this hunch turns out to be the real deal, then I wouldn't be surprised if she's controlled and manipulated by Shao Kahn himself. The posters often give away a lot more about the movie than one would expect, and another defining moment that comes from the posters of Mortal Kombat 2 is the appearance of Baraka,
right,
who has a prominent position on the official poster.
Bruh, that looks so crazy right there. Even though I'm not gonna lie, if they're gonna bring your man Reptile back and they're gonna do like the video game version of him where he can go in and out of human form, he's gonna look a lot like that in his lizard form. So I gotta get that. I gotta get that under control, man. I'm sorry.
While this is quite an exciting prospect for me, I'm also worried about the possibility that he might be used as someone who loses a bit too quickly in order to...
Nah, he's like the leader of the Tarkatan, man. They can't just cut him off like that. He's a whole leader. They're not gonna kill Baraka in the first movie with the tournament. That would be lame.
Establish the main characters.
Oh, word.
Finish him!
I cannot possibly end the discussion about all the intriguing details about the trailer without talking about the presence of Shao Kahn. We all know that a movie like this only works when the main antagonist is terrifying enough, and Shao Kahn's appearance in the trailer does that perfectly. Not only does he have the ideal thundering voice that is enough to intimidate,
that little part right there is scary enough, man. Look at that shit. Motherfucker scary as hell, bro. That's how Shao Kahn looks, man. Not like how they had old boy looking on Mortal Kombat Annihilation. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. That movie should have never existed. Should have never existed.
But in every frame that he's shown, Shao Kahn has been established as the big bad threat to Earthrealm. From the early looks of it, he'll have plenty on his plate, and I expect him to come this close to taking over Earthrealm. Martin Ford is terrific in the role, and I know that he can carry the importance of the bad guy to pose several challenges to the...
Martin Ford, I've never heard of that cat. Boy got a neck like Mike Tyson. He already scary.
Earthrealm warriors in the tournament. All serious stuff and hidden details aside, I think there are some real positives to take home from the trailer. For starters, you can be sure there are loads of action, and I'm talking about good old-fashioned jaw-dropping fight scenes that'll remind you why we love Mortal Kombat so much. The franchise co-creator Ed Boon has promised double the intensity and even teased that the sequel will have double the number of fights compared to the first movie. Since the story might well be focused around the tournament, I think it's quite likely, and the trailer also indicates something like that on the cards. If you didn't have a proper adrenaline rush while watching the film in theaters on May 8th, I would say that it all turned out to be a wasted opportunity. Of course, I'm aware that there's many a slip between the cup and the lip. The jury's still out until we actually see the movie in theaters, but the early signs are promising and make me hopeful. As Jeremy Slater, the screenplay man behind the film, has pointed out, we're really looking at this as a chance to take everything that worked in the first.
You better do this the right way, you bastard. For some people, nostalgia in this world is all we have left. And if you're doing it the wrong way, you're gonna damage it. Nostalgia, is it enough to get this movie over the hump? Did everybody even like the first Mortal Kombat movie? It was kind of meh, but I mean, like, I watched it. Might have even watched it more than once. It had its moments, but this looks way better than that. By the way, I'm rolling up another one, y'all. Don't be no punk now. It's Friday. It's Friday. Y'all know you got to get your relax on Friday, man. You had a hard week. You had a hard week. You deserve it.
One and do it even better and give the audience even more and make something that's just incredibly satisfying and really exciting and unpredictable. He also said that it's not necessary to go on replicating the tone of MCU, and Mortal Kombat should remain exactly how the fans have loved the franchise for the last few decades. If the trailer's any indication, we're all set for a solid entertainer on our hands, and maybe this is the one that rejuvenates the franchise for many more to follow. Let me know.
Salute the Lord Lockdown, man. He broke that bitch down, and I'm fucking with it. Yeah, feel me. I'm definitely going to be in the theater to watch Mortal Kombat 2. I gotta get out there and support, man. I might have to find a new movie theater though. It's getting a little shady around my normal movie theater. It's not becoming enjoyable. There's a lot of hooligans that hang out there. And you won't be able to get your proper movie going experience. And I think it's robbery to go out and spend all the money that you spend going to the movie, and then you dealing with somebody's no home training having child who can't shut up during the movie or get off their fucking phone. I don't think that's cool at all. So yeah, I had to find another movie theater where children don't go. And like grown people in the movie theater act like children sometimes too. That shit crazy. All right. Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. Tell me how you feeling about that one. The shit was fire to me. I'm definitely going to go see that one. We still smoking. What else we got here? Sadie Sink. We finally find out who Stranger Things Max. We finally found out who she's probably going to be playing in the MCU, allegedly by way of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, as y'all know, when it comes to the word mutant and the character mutant in the MCU, it hasn't even like really shown up. There are no X-Men really like that, right? Namor said he was the first person to use the word mutant in the MCU. Then you have Kamala Khan, who I'm sure is a mutant. We might find out later that Wanda and her brother were mutants. You know what I'm saying? Were/are mutants. But that's neither here nor there. As far as mutants showing up in the MCU, that's one thing. But for one of the X-Men to show up in the MCU, now that's another thing. And it's also kind of telling me where they plan on going as far as like who they cast as characters, you know? So supposedly, you know what I'm saying, for, you know, smoking purposes, they say Sadie Sink is supposed to be playing Jean Grey in the MCU. Is this casting perfect or mid? Why should Jean Grey appear before any of the regular X-Men? Could this lead to us possibly seeing the Phoenix in the Secret Wars? And I'm wondering with the MCU, how will mutants showing up like reshape the MCU? That's all I want to know. But we're gonna get into a little bit of a talk about it. Bring it here. This is by way of emergency. Awesome, y'all. You know, I love all that stuff that they do over there, man. They got good content whenever you want to keep up. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. This is by way of emergency. Awesome. Let's give them a listen.
Right after Secret Wars in the new reboot era. That's why we've been calling it the mutant era of the MCU. This answers a bunch of questions we've had about the movie, like why does the Hulk go crazy again? Somebody with psychic abilities probably messes with him. Also, what Marvel is doing long term with the X-Men after Avengers Secret Wars. Also raises a lot of questions too. So we will break it all down. We already know a lot about the actual plot of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Thank you very much, leaked trailer. Surprisingly, even though Sony and Marvel have not released official versions of the trailer, we've gotten a ton of footage from the movie. Now you need to do, Sony and Marvel, is just release that official version of the trailer. But if you missed it, in the leaked trailer, there was a lot of footage of Sadie Sink's character with the Punisher behind the scenes as well, too, and it was reported during the movie she would be working with Punisher, helping him, and Punisher would be protecting her from damage control. During the leaked trailer, there's a scene of Sadie Sink speaking to Spider-Man saying, "You're a mess, Spider-Man. Don't get in my way. Otherwise, it won't just be your friends who don't remember who Peter Parker is," meaning that she knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, which would make more sense if she is Jean Grey and she has psychic abilities. She can just read his mind and instantly realize that he is Peter Parker Spider-Man. Supposedly, she's also the one mind controlling the guards in the trailer, leading to the tank chase scene they released all that footage for last year. That was also in the version of the trailer that Sony did release, sort of like the cobbled together behind the scenes trailer.
Mind y'all, Spider-Man will be out. Spider-Man Brand New Day will be out this summer. Summer ain't that far away. Summer's really not that far away. I'm sure we're gonna be getting out of school and being at home 24/7. In a blink of an eye, it's gonna be summer, and we ain't even gonna. What? How did it happen? Yeah, I'm telling you. Watch.
And Damage Control is trying to capture her because she is a mutant and they brand them as dangerous. As you'd expect, a lot of mutant hate coming from the government. It would not be an X-Men oriented story or a mutant based story if the government weren't out for them. There was also a lot of footage of Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner in Banner form talking to Peter Parker. There were so many questions about why he turns back into the Savage Hulk, who messes with his mind, who better than someone like Jean Grey, who has psychic abilities and is going to be using them on other characters during the movie. This is basically how Scarlet Witch got him during Avengers Age of Ultron by messing with his mind, showing him all kinds of visions, driving him into a more savage form. But we have another mutant now in the MCU. There have been a couple recently between Namor and Miss Marvel. This is her, Sadie Sink, on a stretcher being carted into the back of a damage control truck too. So it seems like during the movie, they are able to capture her, at least briefly. But reportedly, she's not from the MCU universe originally in the same way that Namor and Miss Marvel are. I don't think that anybody knows which universe she comes from or if she knew any other X-Men or mutants from her universe, but I believe that it's not supposed to be the same universe from the X-Men Avengers Doomsday trailer because that would be Famke Janssen's version of Jean Grey in that universe. We don't know how Sadie Sink's Jean Grey traveled from her universe to the MCU, if it was an accident or had something to do with the incursions because of what's happening with Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, or it had something to do with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man spells in No Way Home, or it's some new explainer. You remember Sony tried to use the spells during No Way Home to explain how MCU...
I would say that's exactly what happened. I would say they're going to use that spell as what happened. Or can we finally cash in on all that cosmic energy every time Thanos snapped his fingers with the Infinity Gauntlet, that it might have woken up the X gene in humans on the 616 timeline on Earth?
Vulture got into the Sony Venomverse at the end of the Morbius movie, and then they promptly announced that the Morbius sequel that they were working on, the Sinister Six team-up movie, future Venom movies, other live-action Spider-Man spin-off movies had been canceled, and they were full-on rebooting the Sony Marvel Universe. This is actually the head of Sony, the Sony president, saying that they are—
Why are we doing that? Why are you rebooting the Sony Spider-Man universe that doesn't have fucking Spider-Man in it? That shit is so trash. All three of those Venom movies was garbage, trash, daraga, dumpster juice, navel lint. All them shits was ass. I hated each and every one of them. I hated how they did all the villains. I hated it. The only thing that I liked was how they made Venom look, because Venom looks comic book accurate. If you were gonna, you know what I'm saying, give them a brand new look for cinema. But the movies were trash. They were trash.
are going to reboot.
Not at the animated Spider-Verse. Is the larger Spider-Verse dead? Are you gonna go back to those at some point?
Yes.
You will.
Yes.
But it'll be a fresh reboot.
Yes.
New people. Okay.
Yes.
We will unpack the rest of that big reveal in other videos too. Like there's a Nicolas Cage Spider-Man noir TV series that they're releasing this year that's technically part of that, but also not part of that at the same time. So there are a couple things that will survive the Sony reboot, like the Spider-Verse movies are going to be untouched. Beyond the Spider-Verse will not be affected by any of their live-action reboot plans. But I would not put it past Sony to just hand wave and say that it's the spells in No Way Home that brought Jean Grey, Sadie Sink to the MCU.
Yep.
And that's the end of it. Like they won't.
It keeps everything going. It keeps the timeline going. It keeps having us with continuity, because now this is going to be a fourth installment in Spider-Man. Spider-Man movies cannot be bad. I didn't really like the second Spider-Man movie, that Far Away From Home. I ain't really like that joint like that. For real, the first one was just all right. That third one where them other two Spider-Men came in, that shit was fire. But we're keeping up with continuity, y'all. That's what I'm saying. All my Marvel folks, y'all get what I'm saying. We're keeping up with continuity. And if the spell took the Vulture and put him in the Morbius Venom universe, why not have the same thing? Cash in on that. Maybe this is the way that they're going to be used to reboot that terrible Sony Spider-Man universe. And who knows, we might actually have a Spider-Man over there in that Venom universe now. All they really have to do is A, make better movies, and B, add a Spider-Man over there. This would be the perfect time to put a live action Miles Morales over there. Put him over there in that terrible Venom universe. Yo, DC, what's up, killer? Y'all salute to the gas station, my boy. My boy said just made it in the crib finna roll up. Same. Okay, yeah. You know, we just talking some shit here, man. You know what I'm saying? Sash going good. I might roll up another one. I'm not sure.
Dig into it that deeply. A while ago, it was reported she was supposed to be a mutant and have psychic abilities, so her being Jean Grey just made way too much sense. And I think when she was first announced way back last year, most people thought that she might be a version of Jean Grey, but there wasn't a lot of evidence at the time. We hadn't gotten any footage at the time, so there wasn't really anything to back up.
If she's a Jean Grey from another universe, is this a universe where she was with the X-Men? Because, you know, the original X-Men has a young Jean Grey on there. Was this when she first got with the X-Men and then the spell happened and it switched her over to a different universe? Or is she just a Jean Grey from a different universe pulled at a different point in time? We don't know. This Jean Grey may have never met the X-Men. She might be bad news for real.
Those rumors. Now we have all this brand new footage. More evidence too, Tremel Tillman was announced to be playing William Metzger in the movie in one of the main antagonists, and he's going to be the head of damage control, and he's prominently featured, the William Metzger character, in several anti-mutant X-Men based storylines. More clues about why he would be going after mutants in the movie. Damage control would become this big villain to the X-Men and mutants going forward in the MCU. Because they have Iron Man's drone technology, that was a big thing in the last couple of years in the Marvel movies. I would not be
all the racist anti-mutant groups that we see in the comic books. They're probably going to come from Damage Control on some. They're going to break off and make their own factions, and that's how it's going to end up being.
surprised if they also wind up being responsible for the Sentinels, like Damage Control is responsible for MCU Sentinels. We actually just saw some comic book accurate 90s looking Sentinels in the X-Men Avengers Doomsday trailer, but because that universe is meant to be more comic book accurate, the backstory for everything in that universe is way different from what they're doing in the new reboot version of X-Men in the MCU.
Who will you be?
Probably the biggest example of that would be introducing your new Jean Grey, like major character, as a Punisher sidekick who comes from another universe. That same president of Sony who said that they're rebooting the Sony Marvel Universe also said that he is amazed by Avengers Doomsday so far. It sounds like he's seen all the footage they filmed for Avengers Doomsday so far because he is a really powerful person. And
it better be good, motherfucker. It cannot afford to be bad. It just can't. Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars has to hit.
He's working hand in hand with them on Spider-Man Brand New Day, so it makes sense that Kevin Feige would let him see all this other stuff too. He also said never bet against Kevin Feige, so it sounds like he's also impressed with what Kevin Feige and Marvel are doing with the X-Men and Jean Grey starting in Spider-Man Brand New Day, because he would be heavily involved with the Spider-Man movies, of course, so he's seen what they're doing with her character long term. One of the other cool deep cut connections here between Marvel, Sony, and X-Men stuff during Tom Rothman, the head of Sony's talk, is when he's going on about Kevin Feige and their Avengers Doomsday plans way back in the day, in the time before times, when Kevin Feige was a lowly assistant to Lauren Shula Donner on that very first Bryan Singer X-Men movie. Tom Rothman was also one of the executives at Fox at the time. It was before he had come to Sony to start working on all the Spider-Man stuff. So he has a lot of personal history with Kevin Feige and with the X-Men going way back to the original Bryan Singer X-Men era. We will now see all those versions of the X-Men show up in Avengers Doomsday, or like them. The actors will be back, but they'll be playing
Magneto old as shit. Yeah. You see him? We not gonna act like Sir Ian McKellen ain't old as shit. But the fact that there's a report that he as Magneto in Avengers Doomsday destroys New Jersey. How you destroy a whole city? Magneto does that. My favorite mutant. You know what I'm saying? Magneto does that. I destroy a whole city, motherfucker. I'll rip the arm from under the road out this bitch if y'all make me mad.
Avengers Doomsday, or like them. The actors will be back, but they'll be playing slightly different versions of the characters. This also makes it sound like her Jean Grey will return in either Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, maybe not till Secret Wars. There was also an earlier report that Marvel had chosen to use Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man as the main Spider-Man of Avengers Doomsday instead of Tom Holland's MCU Spider-Man. And at least the way they would explain that on a story level, why Spider-Man isn't around during Doomsday inside his own universe, is that he'd be busy with some other big problem they set up at the end of Spider-Man Brand New Day, like some big post-credit scene. So maybe Sadie Sink's Jean Grey is also part of whatever that is, and that's why she'll be off busy helping him during Doomsday, and then they'll both be back in Secret Wars.
They are definitely saying that Sadie Sink is going to show up in Secret Wars, but not Doomsday. So this is setting all of that up. That's actually going to be kind of fire. I think all three of the Spider-Men are showing up in Avengers Secret Wars, and we might even see a live action. By this time, we might even see a live action Miles Morales. By the way, they're going to start shooting Avengers Secret Wars this summer.
Also, because she's younger, Sadie Sink is younger, this would be way easier for them to explain that in her original universe, wherever she came from, she had not yet joined an X-Men team yet and didn't know any other mutants yet. So after Secret
Okay, that just answers my question from earlier. I was like, has she met the X-Men yet? This could be a Jean Grey that's about to go the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? She could be going down the wrong road. And with her kind of powers, like just off the chain with nobody telling her to have some sort of conscience and hold back, could be dangerous with the wrong influence or even on her own.
Wars, after they reboot the MCU a little bit and do Marvel Phase 7, the Mutant Saga, in this new X-Men movie, when she joins the new MCU reboot version of that main X-Men team, it's a way cleaner transition. She's meeting a Cyclops, a Storm, all the other big characters for the first time, and she's not carrying around all this other baggage of this dead X-Men team that she used to know.
You're here.
Where else would I be?
If she were way older, like an older version of Jean Grey, then that would make more sense. But because she's so young, it's just easier for them to say she's never been on an X-Men team before. So the one that she joins in the MCU eventually will be her first X-Men team. There's also been a ton of other Spider-Man Brand New Day stuff that has leaked out in the past couple of weeks too, particularly with the Tombstone.
They can't, and I know they're about to do this. They cannot have Hugh Jackman's Wolverine come back and be in the new reboot and have him have googly eyes for that young ass girl, man. I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can do that.
Stone character. But starting with the really big
Nah, they can't do that.
stuff metaphorically and literally, this is Marvin Jones III, who is playing Tombstone in the movie in the MCU now. You probably remember him as Krondon from Black Lightning. He was fantastic as that character, but he also voiced Tombstone already during Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, so this isn't even his first time playing Tombstone. It feels like fate. Just bring back the
That's fire, because he's perfect for that character. He's perfect for that character. He definitely did voice him in the Spider-Verse movie. He was fire then. But he was fire as Tobias Well in Black Lightning. Dude was super evil.
voiceover actor into live action. They literally just did that with Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man Noir, also from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. Does he not look like he was born to play the role? You can see the wire harness here still attached to Tom Holland's stunt double, so this is very clearly from behind the scenes where they took this picture, but he's wearing his new Spider-Man suit from the end of No Way Home, and that fight scene is meant to be a recreation of the spectacular Spider-Man 142, which coincidentally also features the Punisher, and we've already seen all the footage of the Punisher in Brand New Day. During the leaked trailer, there was a lot of footage of Spider-Man talking to Punisher trying to help Spider-Man, as well as a lot of footage of Tombstone giving Spider-Man a speech that was connected to the transformation that we saw him going through in the movie. During the trailer, Tombstone says to Spider-Man, spiders have 3 life cycles, and between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats. Those spiders that survive go through a kind of rebirth. So
hold up. Are they about to give my man like a street level, like kind of bad guy? He might be one step under Kingpin type role, or he might be the new Kingpin in New York City. Can somebody tell me if Tombstone is a street level like Avengers threat? Even the Defenders, is he a Defenders threat?
the idea is that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is evolving into his next trilogy. Like, he's maturing as a person, just in general, Peter Parker is maturing, but also functionally, his actual Spider-Man powers are evolving. Everyone post all your reactions in the comments below and let me know how you want them to use Jean Grey going forward in the MCU, especially after Secret Wars in the new X-Men era of the MCU. There's a bunch of stuff.
Do we want to see another Dark Phoenix saga? Can you even tell the X-Men story live action without doing that? Or hell, maybe in this universe, she learns how to control the Phoenix. The same way that the like Dr. Banner well, supposedly was controlling the Hulk.
Coming up, we'll probably get an official version of that Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer in the next month or two. It probably won't be that long, even though it seems like it's been forever. Why would they release Avengers Doomsday trailers before Spider-Man Brand New Day? Probably because they want to hype up the Doomsday version of X-Men first and wait for the Sadie Sink Jean Grey X-Men reveal till after that. They also just released a bunch more footage for the Nicolas Cage Spider-Man Noir TV series. I'll do a video for that in the next couple of days too, so be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss any of that. Everybody click here for that video. I'll update the link as soon as I post it, and click here for my breakdown of that leak.
Salute to Emergency Awesome as usual. We loving that. We still smoking, y'all. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all this. I don't know if it's still up. Let's see. Hold on. Let me show y'all this. All right, how we feeling about that, man? That's the leaked Scary Movie 6 trailer. I still want to watch it one more time before we get up out of here. Yeah, let's watch it one more time. I'm telling y'all right now, as funny as that movie is probably going to be, it is going to get so much hate for purely being funny. Y'all already know what I'm saying about that. When does this drop? This drops June 12th. Now I'm going to the movies to see this one. This is a little crazy right here. I ain't gonna lie. They saying they about to push the envelope and offend everybody. And if you can't laugh at yourself, like, what are you doing with your life? That's one way to put it. I don't know, man. Y'all tell me, man. Thank y'all for pulling up for this session, man. Y'all know what's right. Y'all know what's wrong. That means the joint is damn near gone. Y'all tell me in the comments once again what you was smoking on the day, which was your favorite trailer that we checked out, how y'all feel about Sadie Sink damn near being confirmed as Jean Grey in the MCU. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for pulling up. Salute to the chat. This has been another live episode of the Offenders Initiative podcast on this Good Friday. Y'all be easy, man.